Before the wedding, my fiancé sent me to visit an exhibition abroad, and after I came back, he became someone else's groom. Luna has cancer and won't live for more than 3 months. I just want to fulfill her last wish. He faced my question without any guilt, but looked heartbroken. Mila, don't you think you are too cold-blooded to argue with a dying person? Fine, I don't mind, but I want to get back the money for the wedding photos, wedding banquet, and wedding house. However, Jasper held my hand affectionately and said, Mila, stop making trouble. I still love you. When Luna passes away, I will still marry you. You're marrying me with a house where someone has died. You're marrying me for the second time because I'm unmarried. The sound of his abacus was heard even by my deaf great-grandmother in my hometown. Mila, baby, I really want to go with you. Jasper was 185 meters tall, but he hung on me like a big bear. Completely ignoring the people coming and going in the waiting hall, I felt a little sweet in my heart, and patted his big furry head in a comforting way. You are also temporarily busy at the company. I will be back in 2 or 3 days. When I come back, we will go to get the certificate, stay a few more days. I've booked a hotel for a week. Jasper seemed a little guilty. There's an art exhibition in a couple of days. I've also checked out several restaurants that you're sure you'll like. Take me there next time after you've tried them. I nodded with a smile and put off boarding the plane until the last minute. Jasper and I met through a blind date 3 years ago, and surprisingly we were a perfect match. Our wedding was set for 2 weeks later, and while we should have been busy taking wedding photos and deciding on the menu, he booked a flight to Tokyo to accompany me to see an exhibition of my favorite artist, and said it was okay to take the wedding photos on our honeymoon. We were planning to go together on our honeymoon, but the exhibition will be closed next month, Jasper said thoughtfully. Mila, even if you marry me, you can still do what you like as before. Such a gentle and considerate fiancé held a wedding with another woman during the 5 days I was abroad. I looked at the thin yellow woman in the video wearing the wedding dress I had chosen, and pursed my lips tightly, unwilling to admit that this was really Jasper's wedding with someone else. But the groom was wearing the suit I chose for him, the ring I selected, and even the little whirlpool when he smiled was exactly the same as Jasper's. The video was taken by my best friend Saoirse. She had just resigned and returned to her hometown. Her family was having a dinner together in a hotel and she happened to see this scene. Saoirse was out of town. She had seen Jasper's makeup trial photos. She felt something was wrong, so she recorded it. Then when she saw the poster outside the hall with the names of the groom Jasper and the bride song Luna, she immediately contacted me. I originally planned to come back early to give Jasper a surprise. When my best friend found out, she didn't tell me directly. Instead, she asked me to keep it a secret from Jasper. She picked me up at the airport and only showed me the video after seeing that I had landed safely. What are you going to do now? Saoirse looked at me worriedly. Afraid that I would have a love affair and make excuses for Jasper, I silently swiped her phone, and after a long while I looked up and smiled a smile that was uglier than crying. Saoirse, you even took a picture of the guest list. If you don't want to laugh, don't laugh. Saoirse sighed, handed over a tissue, but turned her face away. When I took the tissue, I realized that I had burst into tears without knowing when, and Saoirse's eyes were also red. I was so choked up that I couldn't speak. I just felt confused. At one moment I thought that what Saoirse said was all false. At another moment I thought that Jasper must have planned this for a long time. Otherwise how could he get married right after I left the country? At another moment I thought that woman was not as good as me. How could Jasper abandon me? Oh, Saoirse sighed, hugged me and said, how about we go back and ask, while sitting in Saoirse's car. I received a message from Jasper. Baby, where did you go today? Would you like to go to Kyoto and spend a few more days there? The messages that used to be full of concern now feel a bit like voyeurism. I stared at the phone interface for a long time and then took out the video that Saoirse had taken. Before the MC announced the exchange of rings, the groom took out his cell phone and pressed a few buttons, according to the time. I was buying souvenirs at that time and took a lot of photos to send to him, but I didn't expect that he would find time to reply to me during the wedding. He is truly a master of time management. I cried all the way, and endured the heartache as I returned to the small house we shared, but I didn't see Jasper. But today is the weekend, and he just said he was cleaning the house. I slumped powerlessly on the sofa, all the anger that had been building up along the way going to waste. And instead made my brain go blank. Saoirse walked around the room twice, then suddenly squatted down in front of me and spoke hesitantly. Mila, will it be in your new house? I felt as if I had been struck hard, and everything in front of my eyes went white. It took me a long time to hear Saoirse's anxious call. She took out a bottle of ice mineral water from somewhere and put it on my forehead. Her worried look made my heart ache. I'm just guessing. Don't take it seriously. Saoirse was very flustered, but I had a hunch that Jasper should be in our wedding room, and the bride might be there too. I wanted to smile at her, but I couldn't lift the corners of my mouth. My whole body felt as if it had been run over by a truck. I wanted to raise my hand to wipe away the tears on her face, but I couldn't. I'm sorry, Mila. Saoirse hugged me with tears streaming down her face, apologizing over and over again, saying that she shouldn't have provoked me. But she was not the one who was sorry to me, and I knew she was doing it for my own good. It took me a long time to recover. I took out the VCR from the drawer and put it in her hand. Let's go and give my fiancé a surprise. Originally, I planned to come back early to give Jasper a surprise. But now I'm just expanding the surprise. Jasper and I have been in a relationship for 3 years and we have many friends on both sides. When he and Luna Song got married, they deliberately avoided them and only invited some former classmates and colleagues. They were just like me 2 days ago. They knew nothing about Jasper marrying someone else. They only knew that we were getting married soon. When they learned that I wanted to give my fiancé a surprise, they all accepted the invitation. Mila, you two are really good at making dog food. A few days ago, he sent you abroad to see an exhibition, and now you want to surprise him again. How can single people like us survive? Yes, Jasper really loves you to his core. I saw him getting his ring altered earlier. He said you've been too busy lately and lost some weight, and he was worried it wouldn't fit you when you get married. Brother Center is so thoughtful. When will I be able to meet such a good man on a blind date? Every word from my friends stabbed my heart like a knife. Saoirse in the driver's seat looked at me worriedly. I swallowed all my tears and choked up as I spoke. Yes, Jasper. Jasper is really good, so I wanted to give him a surprise. I wanted to propose to him in return so that he could know my feelings. Oh my God, this is so romantic. The friends in the back seat exclaimed in unison. Then, when we arrived downstairs at the new house, several other friends who had heard the news rushed over with salutes, bouquets, and champagne, saying they would help me make this proposal perfect. I held the empty ring box in my hands, feeling sad, but thanks to them, Saoirse holding the camera no longer looked out of place. Sure. Friends gathered in front of the door reminded each other to keep quiet, but their eyes and brows showed smiles and happiness that could not be concealed. Only I stood in front of the door indifferently, exchanged glances with Saoirse at the back, and pressed the fingerprint lock with tragic and resoluteness. Jasper tilde. Brother Center, come and accept Mila's love tilde. As soon as the door opened, my friends pushed me in, impatiently set off the fireworks, and created a lively atmosphere with the sound of ghosts and wolves howling. The bang of the fireworks covered up the woman's surprised scream. It was not until the fireworks landed that they realized something was wrong. Why was there a strange woman standing in Jasper's and my new home? Who are you? Why are you here? Where is Jasper? The impatient friend had already asked these 3 soul-searching questions. Are you here to help Mila create a surprise too? Why aren't you with us? The silly friend hasn't figured it out yet. I closed my eyes, feeling heartbroken. The thin and yellow woman in front of me was none other than the bride song Luna in the video. She was still wearing the nightgown I had left there. Why are you wearing Mila's clothes? Who are you? How dare Jasper look for another woman? I heard Saoirse's aggressive questioning and finally regained some sense of reality. My friends also noticed something was wrong. They protected me behind them and questioned the woman loudly. But I underestimated Song Luna's shamelessness. She showed no sign of repentance. Instead, she yelled at me, "Who are you? This is Brother Center's house. You broke into a private residence. I'm calling the police to have you all arrested. I don't know Mila. It was AWU who asked me to live here. If you don't leave, I will really call the police. Call the police." Saoirse said calmly, noticing that several of her friends were frightened by her. Mila paid half of the down payment for this house, and her name is also on the property certificate. Let's see if we get arrested or you get taken away. That's right. Who would let another woman live in their wedding house? Call the police. Call the police quickly. And arrest this woman who is blaming others. How can Jasper be so confused? Look at yourself. How can you compare to Mila? This wasn't my friend trying to pick a fight for me. Song Luna picked out a pair of bright pink lotus-edged pajamas to wear, which made her look even more pale and thin, and made me even more confused as to why Jasper chose her. What is this for? Jasper stood at the door holding a plastic bag, and was stunned when he saw the chaotic scene. His appearance brought silence to the noisy scene. Before my friends and I could react, a pink figure quickly jumped into his arms. "Ew, they are so scary." Song Luna was just whispering to us with her hands on her waist, but as soon as she got next to Jasper, she turned into a little white flower, and her voice trembled like a duck with its throat pinched. "Are you shameless? You pounce on someone in front of his fiancé. How badly do you need men?" The beautiful girl Xiao Wang couldn't stand mistresses and rolled her eyes. "Shut up. Luna is not the kind of person you said she was." Jasper patted the person's back soothingly. He turned around and saw me. His expression changed again and again, and finally condensed into panic. "Mila, why are you back? Listen to my explanation. This is a misunderstanding." Misunderstanding? I held back my tears and walked in front of Jasper. "Okay, I want to hear what the misunderstanding is." "Mila." Jasper stretched out his hand to touch my face, but the person in his arms coughed a few times, so he retracted his hand and stroked her back. Luna is my high school classmate. She is sick and doesn't know anyone here, so I let her live here." "Mila, you are the most understanding person. She is very sick. You won't mind it, right?" Jasper was anxious to put the blame on me, as if this would justify their behavior. "What disease does she have? Why does she have to live in the bridal chamber? If she has no money, we can rent a house for her or help her raise funds." "Mila," Jasper interrupted me angrily, "Luna has cancer. She won't live for more than 3 months. How could you become so vicious? Think about what you just said." "Oh," I burst into tears. But I didn't reflect on myself as he thought. I took a step forward and continued to ask, "So you want her to die in our new house? What is your relationship with her?" Jasper stared without saying anything, but Song Luna in his arms raised her head. "Jasper is my first love. I don't have any other intentions. I just want to be with him in the last days. Joie, I beg you, please let me fulfill this wish." No one expected this to happen. Xiao Wang, who had just cursed Song Luna as a shameless mistress, felt a little embarrassed and kept glancing at me. I understand their thoughts. Why bother with someone who is bound to die? But if Jasper had told me in advance, I would have accepted it even if I had to cancel the wedding. But now I just want to make a fuss about it. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath, then stepped forward and asked, "Jasper, I'm going to ask you one last time. What is your relationship?" "Mila, I don't understand why you have become so strange and so petty." Jasper avoided my question and asked me bitterly, "Luna is in so much pain. Why are you still caring about our relationship, Mr. Center, the groom? Are you willing to marry Song Luna as your wife, for richer or poorer, in sickness or health?" "I do." The wedding vows echoed in the room in an incongruous manner. Everyone turned their heads and saw Saoirse holding up 2 eye-catching red books and looking at Jasper with disdain. "Mr. Center, you are engaged to Mila, and you are swearing marriage vows to your first love. Are you trying to cheat on your marriage or commit bigamy?" Jasper was confused, but the projection screen behind him showed the whole process of their swearing in and exchanging rings. "Jasper is already married. Oh my God. When is this wedding? This woman is wearing Mila's wedding dress. I was the one who recommended this MC to Mila. Wasn't this wedding venue also chosen by Mila? I went to the wedding planning company with her. The wedding was supposed to be discussed by both of us, but Jasper was busy with a project at his company recently, and he said he liked anything I liked. So I asked my friends for reference and booked the wedding planner, wedding dress, and hotel. But I didn't expect that I was making a wedding dress for someone else. Jasper, even if you want to fulfill your first love's wish, You don't have to ruin Mila's feelings like this, right, Jasper? I really misjudged you. You hid the marriage and obtained the marriage certificate from us. Are you planning to wait until your first love dies, pretend nothing happened, and then marry our Mila? The more his friends talked, the paler Jasper's face became. He changed his aggressive look and explained incoherently. No, Mila, listen to me. Luna's illness can't wait. She just wants a wedding. I will give you a new one later. Luna, tell me. Jasper pulled the person out of his arms and winked at her frantically. That marriage certificate is not real. But Song Luna didn't agree with what he said. She said in a trembling voice, AWU, if you didn't want to marry me, you could have refused to get the marriage certificate with me yesterday. I'm dying. But what I want is your love, not your pity. No, Jasper wanted to argue again. But a friend had already scanned the QR code on the marriage certificate and confirmed that it was a real marriage certificate, and that it was issued by the Civil Affairs Bureau next to the new home. Jasper's face was pale, his lips moved several times, and he looked at me for help. Mila, Luna really won't live for more than 3 months. I just want to help her fulfill her last wish. You don't mind, right, Jasper? I said, unable to hide my disappointment. He had lied to me time and time again and expected me to understand him. We're done here. I don't agree. Jasper hugged another woman and pulled my hand. Mila, I love you. I just fulfilled Luna's wish. Wait for me. Okay, fuck, Jasper. I just realized how shameless you are. It's your business if you want to fulfill your first love's last wish. But you shouldn't involve Mila. You are such a jerk. You don't still think you're affectionate and reliable, do you? If you had told us in advance, everyone would have definitely sent their blessings. But you designed a plan for Mila to go abroad, took the opportunity to hold the wedding, and secretly obtained the marriage certificate. Nothing you did was honorable. You're sorry for Mila, and for all of us friends. Jasper's eyes were red. He couldn't even raise his head because of being scolded by his friends, but he still stared at me and kept calling my name. Jasper, stop talking, we're over. I shook my head. If I forgave him, I would be sorry to these friends. I can't even say a blessing. I hope you can return the money I paid for the wedding, banquet, and the down payment for this house. After leaving the new house, I invited my friends to dinner and told them the truth that I had taken advantage of them. But they didn't mind at all. Xiao Wang even praised me for being smart. I think Jasper is crazy. Fortunately, you two took us with you. Otherwise I don't know what would have happened. That's right. I think that woman is not normal. If she tries to scam you, you two will have nowhere to hide. Mila, a blessed woman will not marry an unblessed family. It's a good thing that you knew he was like this before marriage. Thank you. I didn't feel too wrong just now, but when my friends comforted me, I started crying and hiccuping, and the waiters all came over. It's okay. We are celebrating her getting rid of the scumbag. Saoirse calmly waved to the waiter, who brought a cake over a while later with the words celebrating the beauty's rebirth. I looked at the waiters and friends who were singing songs around me and couldn't help but smile. I thought I had made things clear to Jasper, but he never paid me back and even harbored fantasies of getting back together. He kept sending me short essays, saying how difficult it was to treat Song Luna. How hard it was for him to take care of a patient, how gentle and understanding I had been, and he even wanted me to bring him meals. I took screenshots of these short essays and sent them to my friends group. Xiao Wang made a sharp comment that Jasper was a big dreamer who daydreamed every day. No matter what Jasper sends, I always reply with 2 words: pay back the money. Jasper had come to my company to block me before, but I had already informed the front desk of the situation and moved in with Saoirse, who picked me up and dropped me off at work. Jasper never caught me there, so he had to act like a rogue. If you meet me, I will return the money to you. After receiving his message, I thought about it for 2 days and decided to meet Jasper. At his strong request, we met at the coffee shop where we often met. When I arrived, he was already sitting by the window where he usually sat. Mila, I just bought the sea macarons you like. Jasper looked at me affectionately and nervously pushed the plate towards me. Seeing that I was silent with a cold face, he called the waiter to take the order. I was afraid that the coffee would get cold, so I didn't order it in advance. No thanks. I sent the waiter away and put the sorted bill in front of him. We've been in love for 3 years, so let's part ways in a dignified manner. I don't agree. Jasper tore up the bill directly. I don't agree to break up, Mila. Don't listen to those people's nonsense. You still love me, and I only love you. As long as you wait for me, I will definitely give you a home. I took out another bill. It's okay. I wrote a lot. You can tear it slowly, if you don't want to end it decently. Then we can also go to court. TSK. Jasper sneered, took out a small object and pressed it on the bill. Mila, stop pretending. You're pregnant with my child. How could you leave me? I was stunned by his words. I picked up the thing and found it was a pregnancy test stick with double horizontal lines. Jasper said proudly, I found this at home. You don't want your child to be without a father, do you? After I send Luna away, I will marry you. I came to my senses and put the pregnancy test stick back. I'm not pregnant. The child you are responsible for is not mine. Stop pretending. Jasper grinned from ear to ear. There's only you and me at home. If this isn't yours, who else could it belong to? Don't you know who it belongs to? I stared at him closely until his face changed. I raised my hand and splashed the lemonade on his face. Jasper, see you in court. I came out of the cafe, and before I had time to meet up with Saoirse, I was stopped by Song Luna. MS, Shua, I want to talk to you. I have nothing to talk to you about. I glanced at her coldly and tried to move forward, but she leaned over and tried to fall on me. I quickly moved aside, and Saoirse came over with her phone in hand. What do you want to do? I've taken a picture of it. If you're trying to scam me, I'll call the police. Song Luna glared at both of us angrily, and suddenly a tear fell from her eyes. She leaned on the ground and sobbed. MS, Shua, I beg you, you have a healthy body, such good friends, and a job, and you can find a new lover. But I have nothing. Please, don't meet AWU again. I only have this one wish. I want to spend the last part of my life with him. We've broken up. I'm just here to get back the money Jasper owes me. I looked down at her. You already have a marriage certificate and a child. What are you afraid of? MS, Shua. I'm sorry. Song Luna was stunned but did not deny it. Her tears flowed even harder. AWU's money was used to treat my illness. Please, MS, Shua, please give me some time. No need to beg her. Jasper rushed over and picked up Song Luna, then turned his head and gave me a chin. Mila, you are such a sick person. Do you have any shame? 6. I originally wanted to let Jasper go, but he and Song Luna took turns to claim compensation. So I asked a friend to find a lawyer and filed a civil lawsuit directly against Jasper. At the same time, I went home and told my parents about it. My mother was so angry that she was shaking all over. She used all her lifelong scolding skills to call Jasper a little jerk several times. My parents are both teachers, and they really couldn't imagine Jasper would do such a thing. After all, we were already engaged, and the dowry and gifts had been discussed clearly. If my dad hadn't said that he would write the invitations himself, I'm afraid we would have invited all the relatives and friends. It's okay, my mother stroked her chest. Feeling fortunate that she didn't have to explain everything to all relatives, my dad wore reading glasses and watched the wedding video of Jasper and Luna. He pondered for a long time and said, we can't just let this go. Jasper didn't dare to tell his parents about his marriage. Let's tell them for him. Xiaoya's mom. Go get the matchmaker. Dad, why are you still calling me Xiaoya? I stamped my feet in embarrassment, then asked curiously, why do you need a matchmaker? You always are your parents' little girl. My mother poked my forehead and hurried away, leaving me facing my frowning father, confused about the role of this matchmaker. Jasper and I were introduced to each other by Sister Wu from the community. After we fell in love with each other, my mother brought some fruit milk to Sister Wu and also invited her to sit in the seat of honor at the engagement ceremony. In my impression, Sister Wu is a very cheerful woman, however. This time when she came to our house, she looked extremely serious, and the wrinkles between her brows could kill a scumbag. She sat upright on the sofa. Brother Zhua and sister-in-law, I am sorry for introducing you to such a confused son-in-law. If you're not married, you can't call him a son-in-law. My father immediately retorted. The two kids were just dating for a while. Even if they were engaged, they could break up if they weren't suitable. But Jasper hid it from Mila and gave the wedding that my daughter had prepared to someone else, and asked us to wait for him. What's the logic behind this? Yes, Mila has been wronged, Sister Wu nodded repeatedly, looking at me with loving eyes. Mila, don't let this affect you. I will definitely introduce you to a better one in the future. Let's not talk about this for now. My mother told Sister Wu about all the bad things Jasper had done. She got angry again and didn't give Sister Wu face at this time. Xiao Wu, what do you think we should do about this? Brother Zhuo, what does the sister-in-law think? Sister Wu blushed and cautiously suggested, how about I ask the center family's parents to come out and we can talk? Xiao Wu, if Jasper and Mila can make things clear, it's not impossible for our two families to sit together and talk peacefully, my father said in a very tough attitude, staring at Sister Wu and asked. Don't you think so? Yes, Sister Wu said a little nervously. She clenched her hands on her legs, waiting for my father's next words. I called you here today not to have a chat with the other side, but because my Zhuo family can't stand this. My father suddenly stood up. I have called my brothers and nephews, and you will go to the center family with us tomorrow. This. Sister Wu was at a loss. She hesitated for a long time and sighed, her shoulders slumped. We are all educated people, we can't fight, right? Don't worry, we won't take action unless it's necessary. It would be better if my father hadn't promised. Sister Wu was about to cry. I am an only child, but my father is the third of 5 brothers, and my mother is the fourth of 6 siblings. There are 15 children in the 11 families on both sides, and I am the only daughter. My eldest cousin's nephew is in junior high school. He is 8 meters tall and stands next to me. He speaks in a hoarse voice. Aunt, don't be afraid, I will protect you. My cousin from my uncle's family also came over, and brought several of his college friends with him. He smiled and whispered in my ear, Aunt, don't believe what the evil man says. Women are still beautiful at the age of 40. As long as you have a good career, you can pick any of my classmates. I was so amused by them that I couldn't keep a straight face any longer and burst out laughing, apart from the Chinese New Year. It was the first time I met so many relatives. A group of people, accompanied by Sister Wu with a bitter face, went to the center family in a mighty manner. In fact, the center family and my home are not far away. My family lives in the middle school staff quarters, and the center family lives in the steel plant staff quarters. Both of our jobs and new houses are in the new district, which gave Jasper the opportunity to act privately. My father was obviously the main commander of this operation. After leading everyone to the steel plant community, he did not go directly to the center family, but instead asked his nephews to distribute flyers. The center family of the steel factory is a man of high moral character. Their son married his first love who was terminally ill, his fiancé. Zhuo was miserable and all the preparations for the wedding were for someone else. Sister Wu smiled bitterly while holding the flyer. Brother Zhuo, why are you doing this? My father stared at the huge words pay back the money on the flyer and said calmly, Jasper is my nephew after all. He does good things without leaving a name. We should help him spread the word. It happened to be a weekend, and the family compound was bustling with people. Even the old lady who was basking in the sun by the wall came over to gossip and ask what was going on after receiving the flyer. My mother held up a tablet and scolded the sky. While playing the video, she recounted everything Jasper had done. In the end, she asked the aunt who was listening with the most relish to wipe her tears and said, In this world, why do honest people always get hurt? The onlookers were talking about it. Some felt that Song Luna was pitiful and that Jasper was also forced to do so. However, the sober auntie spoke quickly and directly pushed back their words. Can a terminal illness kidnap everyone? If the center family kid honestly broke off the engagement and remarried, everyone would praise him for being righteous. But he used the wedding and wedding house paid by the old Zhuo family to secretly hold the wedding and get the marriage certificate. Isn't this a marriage fraud? I have lived for most of my life, and I can see his narrow-mindedness at a glance. Isn't it that he can't bear to part with what he has, and doesn't want to give it away? My daughter is not from outside. My mother refused to take any loss and immediately cleared my name. We have a matchmaker and a certificate, and we are engaged. Yes, The center family kid seems to be a good person on weekdays, but how could he be so confused in important matters? He broke up the marriage and remarried. In the past, he would be convicted of hooliganism. This man is ruining the marriage and still wants the daughter of the Joie family to wait. Then she has to wait as long as her first love lives. If he lives only a year or two, and if there is a new medicine for the terminal illness, what will the daughter of the Joie family do? This is so unkind. That's right. Using your in-laws' money to do good deeds means that they are not only going to kidnap your daughter, but also your entire family. The news spread quickly in the family compound. The center family's parents hurried over and wanted to drag my family to their home. Brother Joie, let's discuss this properly. You, what are you doing? My uncle snorted coldly. Why didn't you, the center family, discuss this with us when you decided to cancel the marriage? Uncle Center is an honest man of few words. His face turned red and he couldn't speak. Jasper's mother hurried over and held my hand. Mila, your uncle and I just found out about Xiao Wu's stupid behavior. We don't even know that woman. You are the daughter-in-law I have chosen. You are such a jerk. Wu Tsuehua. My mother angrily pushed Jasper's mother's hand away, put her hands on her hips and started to scold. I was wondering who did that brat Jasper learn this from. It turns out you were the ones who instructed him to do this. He's already got married to someone else. And you still want to trick my daughter into waiting like a fool. Your Jasper will be a widower and a second marriage in the future. How can he be worthy of our Mila? My second aunt also came over and scolded the center family, making them so dejected that they dared not speak. But Jasper's sister is very powerful. She wanted to pull my hair as soon as she came. She was surrounded by my cousins and nephews. And then she turned the tables and said that our Joie family was bullying honest people. She stared at me fiercely and announced loudly to the people around her, Mila, you are pregnant with my brother's child. With your family in such a mess, do you still want to come into our house? You're talking nonsense. My daughter is not pregnant. You, the center family, are so heartless. You ruined the marriage, owed money, and ruined my daughter's reputation. What? Your daughter has been living with my brother, but she can't even get pregnant, a hen that doesn't lay eggs, yet she still wants to come into our house. My mother's voice was shaking with anger. I quickly held her hand and shook my head calmly. Center Wenwen, your brother and I moved in together after we got engaged, and I paid half of the rent. If I don't love myself, then what about you getting married for pregnancy? Center Wenwen fell in love with Jasper's college classmate. And she persuaded him and offered herself to him voluntarily, and only then did she marry him. She didn't expect that I knew about this, and she wanted to come forward again in anger, but was blocked by my family. She pointed at my nose and cursed unwillingly. Mila, stop pretending. My brother has the evidence that you are pregnant. Oh Tilda, are you talking about the pregnancy test stick? I smiled disdainfully. I have never bought a pregnancy test stick. Your brother can even let Song Luna live in the new house, so how could I be the only woman in the shared house? Wow, didn't Xiao Center say that he took pity on his first love and fulfilled her last wish? How did she get her pregnant? I saw that the bride at the wedding was so pale and thin. How could Xiao Center? Ahem. Don't talk nonsense. There is no evidence that it is Xiao Center's. You guys. Center Wenwen didn't expect this to happen. Nor did she expect the crowd to get more and more outrageous. After hesitating for a long time, she still didn't give up and continued to throw dirty water on me. My brother just felt sorry for Song Luna, but I didn't expect you to have no love at all and to care about a dying person. It's a blessing for my center family that someone like you didn't enter my family. Yes, the center family is of high moral character. I nodded repeatedly, looking at the awkward-looking man behind Center Wenwen. I heard that, Sister Wenwen. Your husband also gave Song Luna a love letter when he was in college. I saw him serving at the wedding and even helping the bride dress and block the wine. It seems that your husband also had a share in Song Luna's last wish. Ha 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 ha. The center family has contributed their son. Now they want to contribute their son-in-law. When? Didn't you say a while ago that your husband wanted to sell the house? Isn't it just for your brother's wife? The center family is really generous. Ha 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 Tilda. The two old people in the center family are relatively honest. But Center Wenwen is usually very sharp-tongued and has offended many people. Now that they have the opportunity, others will naturally fight back. And the matter has become a big deal with each other. You're talking nonsense. Center Wenwen didn't know that her husband had gone to the wedding. Unfortunately, Saoirse's video captured it clearly. Her husband followed the bride closely. And the look of pity on his face couldn't be faked. Sister Wenwen just said that I have no love. You are so kind. You shouldn't mind your brother-in-law showing love, right? My aunt-in-law was even more sarcastic than me. Wenwen, I heard that you two have been trying to have a child for so long. If Song Luna really gives birth, you two should take the child home. After all, your center family is the most loving. It's best to test it before you take it home. Maybe it's not just a show of love. But it's what you should do. Ha 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 ha. Center Wenwen was so angry that her eyes turned red. She scratched her silent husband with her backhand. You bastard. Why are you joining in the fun? Are you worthy of us mother and daughter? At the end of the gossip meeting, Jasper rushed over, holding a court summons in his hand, looking at me with disappointment. Mila, I told you that I would marry you in the future. Why are you still making a fuss? You even went to court to sue me. Are you really so heartless? I blinked in surprise, really curious about his train of thought. Jasper, how do you know I want to marry you? You are married now, and it is illegal to say such things to me. After you send Song Luna away, you will be an unlucky widower who has been remarried for the second time. How dare you marry into our family? Don't say such hurtful words. Jasper refused to believe it as if he had lost his cerebellum. He frowned and pretended to be affectionate. Mila, if you don't like it, I have already asked Song Luna to move out of the new house. It will still be our wedding house in the future. I will also buy you a new wedding dress. I will give you a more grand wedding in the future. I was really speechless. Jasper seemed to live in his own world and couldn't understand what people said. Jasper wanted to say something else, but was interrupted by a slap from Uncle Center. He was stunned and covered his face with his hands. Looking at Uncle Center, Dad, what are you doing? What did I do? I wanted to ask you what you were doing, Uncle Center roared. What did you do without telling us or the Joie family? I raised you and taught you how to be a man, but you turned out to be such an unfilial and disloyal person. I want to beat you to death. Dad, Jasper was stunned. He held his head to avoid his father's attack and turned to hide behind his mother, but Aunt Center also avoided him with a cold face. And even pulled him when Uncle Center was in power, causing him to be beaten. That's enough, Dad. Jasper angrily stopped his father from slapping him. What did I do wrong? Luna has liver cancer and only has 3 months left to live. I just wanted to fulfill her last wish. Am I wrong? You didn't do anything wrong. Did you tell your parents about your marriage? Did you discuss it with the Joie family? If you are right, why are you doing it secretly? Aunt Center supported her husband. Her eyes red. You are a grown man. Why can't you do anything upright? I told you guys. Will you agree? Will Mila agree? Jasper still felt that he was right. You all won't agree, but Luna is going to die. Just a few days, just a piece of clothing, a few tables of banquets. You can't even bear to give these away. Uncle Center was so angry that he grabbed his wife who was about to say something, and bowed deeply to my parents with tears in his eyes. Brother Joie, it is my Center family that has let you down. I, Old Center, will sacrifice my reputation and not ask for your forgiveness. I only ask for Old Center to give me a chance. I will host a banquet to apologize to you, Dad, Jasper and Center Wenwen said in unison. But Uncle Center ignored them and turned to me and said, Mila, you have been wronged. It is our Center family who has wronged you. Your engagement with Jasper is cancelled. Just do whatever you want. We in the Center family will never say a word, Dad. She went to the court to appeal. Center Wenwen shouted even louder than Jasper. She didn't understand why her old father wanted to boost other people's morale and destroy his own prestige. Appeal if you want. Pay back the money you owe, and compensate if you owe, Uncle Center said without even looking at Jasper. We old couple have already spent all the money we saved for your down payment. You have to pay back what you owe Mila, if you can't pay it back. The police will arrest you and you will go to jail. Dad, what are you talking about? Jasper couldn't believe it. I don't want to break off the engagement with Mila, then go to jail. You're committing bigamy. I'll go to the police station and report you." Uncle Center was determined to teach him a lesson. He pointed at his nose and cursed, "If you're still a man, you should take on the responsibilities you should take on, if you want to fulfill your first love's last wish. You should take good care of her. You got married and got the marriage certificate, but you keep asking her to be your fiancé. Is this what a real man should do? Your family should look down on you. After your engagement with Mila is cancelled, if you still bother her, you should not acknowledge me as your father. If I find out, I will break your legs and send you to the police station myself." Jasper stared with a pair of misty eyes, as if he really didn't understand why he ended up like this when he was just doing good things. The next time I heard news about Jasper was from a former mutual friend. Jasper had been saying that Song Luna didn't have much time left, but 6 months later she was still alive and well and refused to abort the baby. However, the Center family didn't dare let her give birth to the baby, fearing that the child would be motherless as soon as she was born. And even more afraid that the child would be born with a genetic disease. There is no filial son for a patient who has been sick for a long time. Jasper had to go to work and take care of the patient. The hospitalization fees and medicine expenses were like water. His temper became very bad and he would lose his temper at any time. But Song Luna took advantage of her health and made demands at will. She wanted to eat sushi, wagyu dishes, and asked Jasper to buy her watermelon in the middle of winter, and to buy her clothes and shoes. The conflict between the two became increasingly intense, and the quarrel escalated into a fight. Song Luna fell and had a miscarriage. It was said that the baby was already formed. You'll never guess. My gossiping friend slapped his thigh. Jasper's sister stole the baby and did a paternity test, and it turns out it's not Jasper's child. Saoirse and I looked at each other in bewilderment. Center Wenwen made a scene in the hospital, and Song Luna was so angry that she died. Before she died, she said that the child was her husband's. Whose husband? Center Wenwen's husband. Yes, Song Luna didn't break up with him. She came to harass Jasper even though she got sick. Jasper thought she loved him, but he didn't expect that she was just looking for him to be a scapegoat. The friend slapped his thigh again. This time it's Jasper's turn to do a paternity test, and the result is that he is really his classmate. Now the Center family is making trouble every day, and the 2 elders of the Center family are both hospitalized. Jasper asked his sister to divorce, but Center Wenwen was unwilling. When her brother went to beat her husband, she still protected her husband, and then scratched his face. As a result, her husband said he wanted to divorce her. It's a mess, isn't it? Is it a mess? Mila, it's a good thing you ran away early. I think the Center family will have a hard time alone. I nodded in agreement. Fortunately, I had good friends, my parents, relatives, and friends to help me. Fortunately, I did not lose my mind and insisted on breaking off the engagement. Fortunately, I insisted on appealing and got my money back early, and did not fall into the big trap of the Center family. The Center family is a thing of the past to me. No matter how ridiculous they are, my future is bright.